Holy shite! We are live. Welcome to the Random Party Generator. I know Fugli's in the audience right now. I don't know who. Somebody else must be out there. Bueller. In any case, this is your panel. We may pick up Joe the lawyer if he is coherent. I didn't say sober.
True.
I just said coherent.
Isn't he riding Blood Island tonight? I think.
No, he's coming. Don't leave him in Blood Island alone. Leave Blood Island alone. And Brittany too, while you're at it. With me, as pretty much every other Friday, is none other than Mr. Bat in the Attic, Rob Conley.
Hey, folks.
Swinging the snake down, I guess this way. Is Greg, Mr. Chubby Funster. He's got a vampire game out there right now you might want to check out. To the left, I keep on forgetting, I got to reverse it. To the left, which is kind of like my right in the camera, whatever, is Tim Gothridge Manor Shorts. And holding the whole show up.
Atlas down there.
Atlas is Flint Firefudge. Holding up. He's actually playing the role of Jim Kitchen tonight. So we want you to tell us all about your connections in the industry and tell us some eloquent stories.
Yeah.
Never before in your experience have you seen this, right, Flint?
You're right. Right.
Just saying.
Yeah. I'm not your guy. I'm gonna let Jim be Jim. I'm not gonna steal any of his thunder. I'm gonna let him do Jim stuff. I'm just gonna be me. That's all I can be. Everybody else is taken.
I feel like I'm missing some subcontext here.
Probably.
It's one channel, many live streams. So they're all just a little bit different. Just a tad. So but by the way, I will say this. I do as much show prep for this as I do for any other live stream, which is damn close to zero. So right now, what is this? What is this Kickstarter here? Oh, that Kickstarter. Hold on.
I was just giving you the link proactively because I'm a caring person. By
the way, if you want saturation of your chubbiness, Chubby is going to be pretty much on every channel or live stream there is in the gaming community over the next week and a half. So if you want more Chubby in your life,
I want more Chubby. I want more.
He is the funster.
I did get a really great comment from my ear trumpet. If you've seen, I forget the rest of it, but he's got that super long username. He's in all of the YouTube chats all the time. My ear trumpet. He said that the best thing he's seen about this Kickstarter is that all of my appearances have covered different topics and been interesting, and that I don't just rehash the same thing every time. And I told him that's because I'm forgetful and I just randomly pick which direction we go in all these conversations, but it ends up being a different chat. So
that works out very well. Like, if you were older, you could call it senility, but we're not quite there yet. All right, so everybody's dropping me links in the chat. So hold on a second here. Hold on a second.
I only steal from the best.
Flint, tell us about what I'm popping into.
Oh, it is my new sandbox little setting that I have here called Echoes of Dawn. It's my first.
This
sandbox.
One? I don't.
Ooh, yeah, wow.
Is it different? Is the same different? Yeah.
Same. It's the same.
Yeah.
And it's just my first little setting that I came up with, and I took a little area of my little town of creation. Thanks to Rob Connolly, by the way, and the How to Make a Fantasy RPG sandbox.
You are very welcome.
And so through that process, yeah, I just took another leap, another step to do something a little different, make a little setting, a little something, 60 pages of adventuring around Kriesh in about probably 2-3 hexes.
How long
50-page
until we get
digest?
first real
Is
book
it digest?
from you, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a zine. It's digest. I'm sorry, Chubby. What'd you say?
How long until we get some kind of compilation book of all these zines?
Well, that's a good question. I don't think it's there yet. I think I need another year of.
Just don't waste 10 years like Tim. And there is the fact that there is no Comore Forest book is a shame, Tim. You should be shamed, sir.
I'm okay.
You know what? I'm
with
going to cut him
Comore Forest book.
after writing up the majestic, or after writing up the northern marches. I'm going to cut Tim some slack, because to take all those entries and make a coherent guidebook out of them, he had a lot. He had a lot.
Hey, he has had 10 years too. Come on. Don't turn this into Blood Island. Okay, come on.
Well,
I never said I was going to write it, though, did I?
See,
No,
yeah, he already wrote
rude.
what he wrote. Okay.
I know, but
I wouldn't. I'm not going to do a Joe with that one. No. Yeah.
I'm just keeping good notes. So I am in the process. I keep everything in its organizational place. So when it's ready to kind of do that, we'll get there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I learned from my Kickstarter, from the work I've done so far, is doing 4 12-inch by 18-inch maps at a single in one go. It's my freaking limit. Because, yeah, oh God, I mean, it's just everything gets multiplied geometrically.
Right.
You know, compared
Surprised
to,
your
I would have
program's
been done
gonna end
already if
that
it
way.
was with a letter size, black marsh size setting.
We have
I have
one
faith
last
in you,
link.
Rob. I have faith you can do it.
We have one last link up, and that is Rob's Kickstarter, which
Yep,
is taking late pledges.
and I just broke 40K thanks to a pair of gentlemen, one of them from Ireland.
You don't say that too loud. Games Workshop may come for you. You know, violating their trademark on 40K. Just saying.
That's true.
Okay.
It's not
I
Kevin
was wondering
Simieta we're talking about here.
The only person I got to
Yes.
worry about is Black Marsh and Elder Scroll, but I think I checked. I think I was there first with Black Marsh.
I was just throwing it out there. That's one of the news stories that nobody's talking about. Games Workshop is slamming people that have been printing 3D compatible miniatures to the Games Workshop line for use.
What, you 30mm fantasy space miniatures are their domain?
If you're billing it as you can, for use with, they're slamming people. And some of these files, by the way, are exact copies of their miniatures. Just
Oh,
kidding.
that's it.
Well, yeah, that would be
pretty bad. All right, Rob, what do we got in the hopper?
What we got here? This is pro advice, folks. So my Kickstarter ends. I start doing an example layout, and I counted over 347 different slots for art. And I've been patronizing, been a patron of many artists over the years through Patreon, so I have quite a collection. Then I started, slotting them into my layout, which pieces I was going to use, and I knew I was going to be able to cover most of it. I was still going to have a big art order, custom art for the Kickstarter, but I had a lot of it already covered. And it went really out of control. So this is my final solution. Not only I had to document what page it was on, what the size of the piece, what size the artist considered it, so I knew what to order, what the artist was. I had to put in the link to the piece that I did, and occasionally, if I wasn't sure if I reused a piece, I had to go in and I did a sort on the piece to make sure I didn't use a piece twice. So, folks, if you're doing something this large, I totally recommend keeping a spreadsheet like this, because otherwise it just becomes insanity to keep
I don't
track.
know, Rob. This seems like overkill to me, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I got big books and I cannot lie, and I don't know. You know, you're making a lot of that's a lot of work, dude. Damn.
No, it wasn't one of work. All it was is paste a piece of art here, record it there, and that was
Yeah, but
done.
when are you going to go back and look at this for reference? For what's the task? Like what
Task is to
somebody?
make sure I don't use the same piece twice.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just
Okay.
read the book 400 times and then I make sure that I don't read the same place twice.
Well, Greg,
different
you
book.
make six figures doing training aids for companies, so maybe you have a couple decades of practical experience. I do this like once or twice a year. So,
Okay. All right. I'm not
I mean,
attacking you,
this is
buddy.
if you can embiggen my screen,
Uh-oh.
Eric.
No reach around.
Here we go
Okay.
again.
But anyway, so this is the result, folks.
It was very nice.
And yeah, I do have some color pieces, but I use them judicially. I have pieces like this, and then for section dividers, I use some really nice Dean Spencer art. Now it's not going to have this white border. It's just because of the limitation of my printer. I had to print it with a border here, but it's the piece is large enough to bleed. And those who don't know what bleed is, if you want your color pieces to go to the edge, you have to actually make your layout just a little bit larger and extend the art out into that area so that when it prints, it's going to shift around slightly. But over and all, here's another example. Combination of the.
Did you actually make a bear folk, or did you use it? Because he calls that a knoll, but it looks like a bear folk to me.
It's a knoll. It
That's
looks knollish enough.
It looks too berry. I want it to be a bear man.
Bear man.
Well, you can call it whatever you want.
That's right.
I'm
It's your
enjoying
game,
Rob
Greg.
now.
It's your game. Do what you want with it.
Pissed him off.
Besides, I have some Rick Hershey art earlier in the book that are clearly knolls, so
There you
covered.
go. Death Angels, thank you for the super chat. We need Blood and Neon to be a huge success, so Chubby will expand it to include stuff for Dresden or Think Mage, Supernatural, Buffy. I could skip Buffy personally. I'm just gonna say, the Constantine type of stuff. Yes, that stuff is classic.
Yeah,
So,
I've been really surprised at how much people have pushed for all these different angles. But hey, that's good. The passion is good.
the passion is there. The passion is good. Good, I tell you.
So you had 6,410 with, we got a nice set of backers too, 264 backers.
Print got a copy, Greg.
Yeah, this is one you can see the logo is not exactly centered.
Hold on.
It's a big engraving.
I had to recenter the logo and reorder them. But I had a couple other minor changes I had to do anyway. But this is what it comes out looking like.
Hold on. I will embiggen you, and there you're no longer mirrored, so now it looks right.
Good deal.
But
I'm glad you got a nice gutter in the middle, because sometimes people get that too skinny and then you can't see what's. You gotta break the book.
Those are painful lessons I've learned a long time ago. Unfortunately, ordering things over and over again because I moved it over 5 millimeters. Is that enough? Nope.
Yeah, I have a happy there. It should be sufficient.
Well, it's especially excruciating with the zine size. Like when you get the thicker zine size hardbacks, you almost have to break the binding to be able to see the middle part sometimes.
Okay, they're doing a reboot quill of Buffy. Oh wait, hold it. Reboot quill. How can Sarah
It's
Michael
going to be in
Gellar?
the future, man. Her character's old now.
Oh, so it's not a. But it's not. It's not a. Oh, it's a sequel.
Yeah,
Not a
reboot
prequel.
quill, reboot quill, or whatever.
Uh,
Sounds like a psychotropic medicine.
yeah, it's like I took my mushrooms and now I am having a reboot quill.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
I'm not the
Yeah,
person
right,
I
Doctor,
was.
Hey, Dawn's in the
right for
chat.
you.
Hey,
I
one second, Eric. Hey, Dawn. So this, awesome. Get yourself one of these. These are great. I have set up for all the programs, including this one for Roll20.
Oh, I only have it set up. I only had mine set up for my lighting. All the
What
different.
the hell are they?
It's a Steam
It's a
Deck.
programmer. It's a programmer. Well, this is not a Stream Deck. This is just as good as a Stream Deck, but 10 times. But
I guess I don't know what a Stream Deck is either, so you have to go back a step.
okay. So these are programmable buttons. You can
Mhm.
program
Okay.
them. So
Yeah.
if you have a keyboard stroke that you're doing over and over again, you can program it. And what makes this better than, well, I don't have it out, but they sell keypads where you can put stickers on them, but
Right.
these are little LCDs, so you can just
Right.
screenshot an icon. And this,
Well, how does it save you if you're doing a keystroke over and over again? Don't I? If I'm hitting a keystroke, how does that save me time since I have to hit that?
if it's a multi keystroke, like
Oh,
you
gotcha.
know, you can
I
set
got you. Okay.
you can set one.
Oh, like you can combo stuff. All right.
Like for me, I have like different light settings, so I can adjust my lighting with just a tab as opposed to going into the app. So I have some of that stuff set. You can set the Steam Deck for multiple cameras. If you have multiple camera views, you can do that.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean that's other people use it for video gaming or computer gaming.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Beyond my
yeah, like for instance, Tim,
macros.
for
Okay.
Corel, I have the selection cursor here, and I have the Bezier tool, which is what I use for drawing your
Right.
coastlines here. And all these 15 are basically the most common commands I use. And what's really nice is it sits here on my left hand, my mouse is over here, and I can just go over and just hit it. And even though technically you can do it with the keyboard, it's just easier to hit one button rather than remember to go like Shift F was my selection cursor, Q was my Bezier command. Just easier to just, and then if I forget a less well known, like my transparency, I can see the icon right there and I can just press it.
Gotcha.
And why I like it better over the other keypad and willing to pay more is because I got 4 programs loaded up already, and I'm going to start expanding it to the other stuff I use not as often.
There you go. That is useful.
It is far more useful than I thought.
So I'm going to ask a question that I pretty much already know the answer of, but did anybody here go to Gen Con?
Nope.
No.
Did anybody here want to go to Gen Con? That's another question.
Nope.
Me and Tim went to Origin. We know what.
No, well, that was 10 years ago or more.
And it was crowded as fuck. We played Settlers of Catan that one time waiting in line.
Yeah. We did. It was
on the iPad. It was available on the iPad.
That's when Origin, when they had like a good what do you call it, registration thing. They had a really good one the year before, and they decided it was too good. They would just totally scrap the registration system and do this ass backwards. You have to wait in line for like 2-3 hours to get in for that. So we appreciated, the change. It was really, really nice of them.
I went to Gen Con back, I guess, in '94, and I had a great time. It was still in Milwaukee at that time. I was suffering as a New Yorker, wondering why people at 7:00 in the morning were not crossing against the crosswalk. I was like, why are they waiting at a corner if there's no cars on the street? Well, what is going on? when the homeless person picking through the garbage looking for bottles says "Good morning, good sirs," as you're walking to the convention center, you know you're not in New York anymore. So that was my experience. I understand that Indianapolis is a bit different. I'm sure Milwaukee is different now, anyway. But
Plus, when you go to any convention, you're looking for stuff that's interesting for you and so on. And if you find the right convention, like North Texas or ShireCon, the size doesn't really matter if it has the stuff that interests you, the new stuff you want to try and so it just I think with so many conventions out today and all the different specialties interest they have, I think it's just a matter of picking the right convention as opposed to going to the biggest one.
oh yeah, well I think that Gen Con is more of an industry show now than it is a gaming convention. And yes, people cross at the crosswalks, and yes, nobody in New York waits for the little man to turn green. Okay,
Right.
you look, and actually, when it does turn green, you still got to look because people on the electric bikes go flying through the lights and have no respect for pedestrians. Just throwing it out there. If you're a New Yorker, you know, you know.
Well, that gets Kellyanne so mad because
Oh my
she
God!
rides electric bikes and she obeys the traffic rules, and she gets pissed off when she sees somebody just because they're on their bike doesn't mean they're exempt.
Listen, Death Angels jaywalking is a right in New York City. It might be unlawful and on the books, but
but unenforceable.
the only jaywalking summons I ever wrote was in conjunction with loitering for prostitution and disorderly conduct, the trifecta that the prostitutes would get when they were out there trying to hail a cab. Let's just say,
Oh wow.
it's like, all right, yeah, you're jaywalk, you're in the middle of traffic, you're disorderly, you're jaywalking, and whatever else we can give you, damn it. But
So what I'm interested in is to see now. I've been to WizardCon and sold stuff. I've been to ShireCon and sold stuff. So I'm interested to see what happened in January when I'm at Page, and I have my booth set up to see how sales do with that. So it might be worth it to go into an Origin or Gen Con if you really want to sell your books, physical copies of your
you
books.
got to go with a lot of books. I believe somebody was telling me that the tables at Gen Con are going for 2,500.
Well, that's a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I'll get enough traffic there.
Yeah, it's a little. And now remember too. On top of that, you're gonna pay premium for a hotel.
That's true.
I heard rumors that even Steve Jackson Games is no longer putting up its staff in the downtown area. They now got to drive to the hotel because they're getting priced out. It isn't like when you go to a smaller convention. When I say smaller, I am even talking Game Hole, where you're talking 5,000 people. You get convention rates at the hotels. You're not getting convention rates in Indianapolis. The convention rates are probably increasing because of the convention. Not
Sure.
You're not getting. Oh, don't forget the book with North Tex NTRPG. 2005. None of that stuff. You're not getting a discount at Gen Con. And as a New Yorker, I don't. If I want to deal with crowds, I can pay $3.50 and step into the subway. I don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars just to go to Gen Con and feel like I'm part of a cattle drive. Because I've seen those crowds.
Yeah, I've seen the
Oh,
pictures. It's way too many people for me.
Yeah.
I mean, my first North Texas, I had friends that were local that took us to Fort Worth, and we could see a cattle drive.
Oh,
And
I mean, when I see those videos of Gen Con, I can smell the video. It's just
Oh,
like you
yeah,
can just smell
the
the
Game of
funk
Funk.
rolling off.
Game of
I was
Funk.
like,
nut
no.
cheese.
Yeah, Game of
Oh
Funk
yeah,
is real.
yeah. Convention funk. There's even President Machinery Sale Convention, which I've been to.
It's just like, oh.
You know.
I wish I would have gone years ago, though. I do wish I would have went to Gen Con, like, and maybe in the '90s or even the early aughts and something, and kind of, before it got so, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was chaotic back then, but not probably what it is. And I was younger back then too. So nowadays, I don't want to mess with that kind of crowd.
All right, RPG Grandma, actually, going back to my topic from before, makes a very good point. California made it legal to jaywalk because the politicians say arresting people for jaywalking was racist because that's how the police interfered with drug dealing and hookers. Because, yes, you step out into the middle of traffic, you're technically jaywalking, you're technically disrupting traffic, it's disorderly conduct. There's a lot of things that were covered by it, and it was certainly a tool to use in the late 90s to enforce other aspects of the law.
Well, I'm really glad that the police can no longer interfere with drug dealing and hookers. That's got to be great for society.
Yeah.
Another victory.
I think you're missing the point. They weren't being arrested for drug dealing or hooking.
Well, no,
they were arrested for jaywalking.
Right. Well, but that was a tool. I can go into a whole thing.
And Al Capone was not arrested for gangstering.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
But he didn't really. But they could prove that he didn't pay his taxes.
I know, Rob. I get it.
Illicit gains still have to be taxed. Remember that, folks. And that includes Kickstarters. I'm not saying that they're illicitly gained, but there are people that do forget that Kickstarters are taxed. And
right.
Then I saw a video a couple of years ago of somebody whining about the fact that in addition to having to pay Kickstarter money and having monies withheld by the payment processor for fees, then they had to pay the man. They had to pay
that video too. Yeah.
Yes, and it's like, what reality do you live in?
Right.
She called kickbacker.
I guess.
They used to have a course called civics where you learned about these things.
I guess.
All right. So John Miller asked, "Who owns Gen Con?" He was not the first person to ask. Everybody seems in our comments wants to know who freaking owns Gen Con.
It's Peter Atkinson, I thought.
No, I heard that Peter Atkinson sold his shares.
Oh.
He sold his shares.
I played in a game with Peter Atkinson online.
I think we were both in that game.
Yeah.
That
was wild times.
Yes, and it's the only time I've ever played the game. That will not pass my lips, because if you can do it, you can do it. But if you can't, you can't.
That's right. If you can do it, you can do it. But if you can't do it. Some of the best game writing of all time. I wish I'd thought of phrasing things that way.
Greg, let them tell them in suspense what game we're talking about.
Okay. It's something by the apocalypse, powered by the apocalypse.
The original.
Oh, okay.
Apocalypse World. There we go.
Yes.
And we were playing it, and the writing in Apocalypse World is so arcane. Like it's almost like what you'd put in a text you were going to give to the players to confuse the fuck out of them about what the elves were up to or some shit. And it was like the phrases of stuff like, a move is a move if you can do the move, but if you can't do the move, then it's not a move. You're like, okay.
All right.
I will confirm that with Greg. I have a pretty high reading comprehension, and I got into a debate. I know you shouldn't get into foreign debates, but I got into one, and they were using Powered by the Apocalypse example, and I tried to read the rule book, and I was trying to cross-index for what they were saying with that, and I said, but luckily this is when ChatGPT came out, and I said, fuck it, and I just uploaded it and asked ChatGPT to explain it, and it worked. It gave me a lot simpler explanation.
At least you might thought it worked. You don't know.
Right.
It could have interpreted it all.
I double checked it. Greg. But yeah, it was, boy, the original text it's some convoluted stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for the file right now.
There you go. So John wants to know. He says yes, Atkinson sold, but Google and AI don't know that yet. So the person that apparently bought it is known to you all. The name that I heard is certainly a name that is known by uh, gamers. He's written a number of books on the hobby. Um,
You
he's a,
just like get 20 guesses or something.
he's a historian. He's a historian. And I guess he had the
John
money to do it.
Peterson it can't be John Peterson. He
It is
never.
John Peterson.
He's wealthy enough to buy Gen Con.
Wealthy enough to buy Peterson's shares. Peterson's shares, I understand, or sorry, Atkinson's shares were the controlling shares. I believe there are more shares out there, but his were the controlling shares. But yes,
I found it, Eric. If you want to share this, this is the
Sure.
paragraph.
the rule for moves is to do it. In order for it to be a move, and for the player to roll dice, the character has to do something that counts as that move. And whenever the character does something that counts as a move, it's the move. And the player rolls the dice.
That is absolute clarity. Am I right or what?
That is
Man,
fucking.
Only I could write that well. Man. Whew.
I remember that was so popular
time.
for a while.
Times, yeah.
Oh,
like
it's still popular, Tim. It's just it's just we got so many people releasing stuff. It just gets lost in all the noise. But there's a ton of Powered by Apocalypse stuff out there being released.
Oh yeah, it's constantly. It annoys me, but yes.
It annoys me.
I think the theme song should be "I like to do it."
Yes.
I like to do it.
You sing that every time you do it.
But does it count?
If you like to move it, do it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And then roll some dice.
Whew. Man.
But is it like there's a lot of games out there that use the Power by the Apocalypse system?
Yeah.
They use. I mean,
There
I think
is.
Avatar uses that. City of Mist, I want to think says use that. So there's a lot of systems.
Okay, according so I pumped that through ChatGTP, and basically, Tim, you'll recognize this little phrasing. It's a variant. It's a convoluted way of saying describe what you're doing as your character before you roll. That's what.
See, again, I don't know that is the proper interpretation of that paragraph. I mean, I don't know what it means. I literally don't know what it means. I mean, I've played the game, but that paragraph did not help me learn.
This excerpt is explaining one of the core principles of Power by the Apocalypse. Do it means the moves are triggered by the characters actually doing the game fiction, not by the player deciding I want to roll this move now. For example, in Apocalypse World, the seize by force move happens when your character actually attacks and tries to take something by force, not when you just say I roll seize by force.
Well, yeah, that is a different paragraph from what I read. In my opinion, I'm like, I get what you're saying.
Okay, you read. So explain your interpretation of that paragraph.
Yeah. I don't have one because it does not make sense. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask. So one of.
I mean, like you can put into ChatGPT, what's the meaning of move dog cow piglet? That doesn't mean it. But there is no meaning in move dog cow piglet. You can ascribe meaning to it, but it does not
break it down point by point so that a 5-year-old can understand.
Yeah, I mean, I've given that paragraph to a lot of people, and their response is, "I have no idea what the fuck this is saying."
I so hope GP
tie all that to rewrite.
Hope GP's chat comes back and says, "Figure it out your damn self."
Oh, they got rid of that mode.
There
was a time it was insulting as fuck, and there was a time where it just praised the hell out of anything you said. They keep tweaking that mode.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever played anything powered by the apocalypse that I could think of.
Gen Con's channel, by the way, John, sucks. Even when they were posting to it, they were posting things like, "Yeah, I think Gary had children. He may have had some sons. I think Ernie was one of them." This was the channel.
I don't know of any major RPG industry company figure except for like maybe Critical Role, but I would even say they are horrible at running their social media and talking to people, and they're successful in spite of their horrible.
I was going to say, haven't they reached critical mass that they don't need social
That's
media?
yeah,
Doesn't need social
that's what
media.
happens because they, like
well,
the D&D
Josh,
official channels they suck ass. Even the Critical Role stuff, the videos are good, but in terms of actual like social media posts, they're dog shit. And I don't know how people can get up to that level of success. They don't know how to write a one sentence tweet that other people go, yeah, like I'm like they just can't do it. They can't write it. I don't know how it happens.
well, I'm sharing something that I was sent in my Thursday game. So one of my friends, Josh, one of his friends attended a Critical Role concert.
Yep.
There it is.
A Critical Role concert?
Yeah, or live play.
Live play.
Okay.
And this is
wow. They found an even more boring way to consume video games. That's pretty impressive. I thought watching on YouTube was like bad, but I can't imagine sitting those poor sons of bitches in the back row.
But get this, Tim. It started at 8 and ended at midnight.
I don't know how people can do that.
I'm starting to smell that picture too. Woo.
Yeah,
it's like watching an improv group. I mean, if you go, I mean, no, they don't go 4 hours, but if you go to an improv group, you're going to see
that wasn't 4
2
hours. That was what, 8 in the morning till 12 at
8 in the
midnight.
morning. I thought it was 8 in the evening.
So what's that? 16 hours. Yeah.
Joe
Joe could never do anything like that. He'd like have to piss like 4,000 times in that.
Joe would need 5
He'd be a bottle.
pissing on people. He wouldn't even leave. He would just start pissing on the whole crowd.
He'd be peeing his empty cans that he was drinking out of, all his empty booze cans and stuff. Lighting up his bowl. Well, sorry guys, you keep going. I gotta go. The bathroom's like a half a mile away.
Like I can understand that there's an audience for this, just like there's music that I see or hear like it's horrible to me, but I can at least understand somebody might want to do it. I'm just saying that, but those things are irrelevant to the point of are they making a good Twitter account? Like being able to, like Wendy's is killing it, and these people can't do shit. It's like why are you being beaten by Wendy's? Yeah. Making social media posts. It's crazy.
Wendy's is a international brand, and you have people that are running it because that's the engagement, right? I mean, I don't know how many. I mean, Wendy's has to sell a lot of hamburgers. I don't know how much Critical Role has to do. I mean, Wendy's has to meet some budgets and whatnot, but I don't know what Critical, like I said, maybe it's like they've said, oh, we don't really need anything. We don't really have to get on social and do things. But Wendy's got to serve some hamburgers.
It just occurred to me that the income distribution within Critical Roles Corporation may not be equitable, and that some people may be getting a disproportionately large percentage of these revenues because, like an athlete, they individually bring in a lot more revenue than the other people in the firm, and that this could be discriminatory. I think it should be investigated. Well,
quarterbacks get paid pretty high pay. It's not disproportionate to the linebacker. I mean, team's a team.
I think a full investigation is needed here, Flint.
Okay. You want to name names? You want to say who you think's getting a,
I'm just
or is
saying,
that slanderous?
something I noticed.
Slander anybody?
All right, we'll take this a step further. None of us here are upset that we didn't go to Gen Con.
No.
Are the Ennies, Gen Con's awards, are they valuable? Are they viable? Are they meaningful?
Gen Con rewards.
Awards,
Ennies.
the awards, the Ennies. Are they actually? Do they mean anything? Are they relevant?
No, it's like the Oscars or the Emmys or the any of those things. It's just, fanfare for a few people that
Well,
nobody else cares
how the
about.
enemy? I know the Oscars are like basically the stream, the Academy, and that's kind of like a self-referencing body that
Yeah.
for people in the industry. It was an industry award. You know what? But no. See the Emmys are nothing like the Oscar. They're more like you get a bunch of random judges every year.
Are they random though?
Well,
They're
they're popularly elected.
Is that
exactly.
random?
They're not random.
That's not random.
That's not random, bro. So
But
the question of whether they are reliable indicators of good quality relative to other measures is different from whether people make buying decisions based on it. Those are two different questions.
Well, and two, remember this: the judges only pick the 5 finalists in every category. After the 5 finalists are picked, it is now like the Major League Baseball All-Star Game when we were younger.
or the Hugo Awards.
Well, remember when you could fill out the Gillette Major League Baseball Choose Your All-Star, sponsored by Gillette, and you'd fill out like 50 or 60 of them and drop them off because that's how you did it when you were younger. You can game the system. They claim that you can't go. Just go to every free hotspot and make another entry, and you're gaming the system. We saw Zach Smith game the system a number of years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, it is not. The Three Councils Award from North Texas is 5 judges. There's a criteria for judging. It's a point system. They're all industry people, and it's a design award. The Ennies is
that's like the Screen Actors Guild or the Oscars with the Academy.
But the Ennies are like a popularity award where a lot of the winners listen, and people are going to go. Ken Carter's known to me on the OSR. Believe it or not, I follow a lot of the quote indie games, not the indie ones like sword lesbian women or that's a bit beyond my pale. But I do find I follow
You play it at night, solo play.
Whatever. That's something that between me and my dice.
Coming to the channel soon.
Yeah, that'll be 10 cards after dark. But in any case,
for members only.
Oh well, pay your $1.99. Right now, you're gonna get Dave Johnson for $1.99. It's another story. But the reality is that I do pay attention to a lot of these quote indie releases, and the Ennies. I'm looking at these finalists, and I'm like, what? Who? Where? When?
That's it. I mean, there's so much diversity these days. You can't keep track of.
You can't.
You can't. I mean, I'm not going to discount the Ennies as a whole, though, because, I mean, do I hold much value with them overall? No, not so much. But I mean, I also though value when they celebrate somebody like when Glenn Seal won. His cartography stuff, and then a few years ago was Diogo won for his Halls of the Blood King. I was really happy to see them win an Ennie, but most of the time it's like you said this year. I didn't recognize a lot of them. There was a few that I was, maybe hoping they were getting the nod, but it doesn't hold any value. Seeing somebody got a gold Ennie, that's not going to make me go buy the game.
I don't think it will make many of us buy the game. I think that there are people who are moved by awards.
Exactly.
I'm the kind of person who, when it says, this is the most recommended product, I just delete that out and then I go make my own evaluation. So I get it.
Right.
But one thing I think is important to consider: how many voters who are going. Let's forget about the judges. Let's say we just the judges. Let's assume that they've created a reliable list of the 5 best candidates in any particular field, whatever the fields are. Every person who comes on to make a vote, right? How many of the products on the whole slate have they
Oh my God.
actually touched or looked at? I bet
Or
maybe
heard of, or even
2,
heard
3
of.
products, right? So I've gone on there before and voted for one product on everything that it had, and then the ones where I didn't, that product wasn't even out. I just picked, something that
Right.
oh, that's from Free League, so I'll vote for that because I know that I like Free League better than these other people. But
Yep.
I'm not making this product from Free League is definitely better than this product from the other thing because I have no idea. I'm just choosing based on
Right.
my reputation for Free League.
Right.
So yeah, I bet if you analyze the average voter in the Ennies, they have a good knowledge of like 2 products, I bet, on average. That'd be my guess. Maybe 3. But is that the most reliable way of choosing what's the best product? I don't think so.
I mean,
Well, according
what
to the
awards are out there that do choose? I mean, I can't think of any awards that are out there that really
I bet every
use it.
time there's an Oscar, the people who are voting in the Academy have watched all the movies. Like
Yeah,
Sure, but
I'm
how
not
many
a big
times do you
Oscar
think?
fan at all, but
They had
I
to
mean,
make a
I know that
rule.
they are
No, they
watching.
had to make a rule, I think, because people weren't watching the movie.
That's right. Yeah,
They made the
Absolutely.
Academy had to make a rule that you had to actually watch the movie to be able to vote.
Right. And then how many times do they give
there
somebody
is an
an award
equivalent.
like that, um, maybe they were close like 2 years in a row and then they got in a third time. And even though it wasn't as good as movie possibly as the other two, they vote him in because, while he was close the other 2 times, we got to give him something to,
Yeah.
to go. I've seen,
And then there's
seems
people
that
like Samuel L.
happen.
Jackson when they're like, oh, "Do you care about not getting an Oscar?" And he goes, "No, I have a bank account."
Exactly. Yes.
So
Like, I don't care.
there's one major award out there that relies on voting, and that's the Hugo Award. But the thing is,
Right.
they don't do the judges the same, the nominations the same. They vote on the nominations as well as the final ballot. The only difference is the voting for the nomination happens outside of the WorldCon convention, and the voting on the actual Hugo, once they get the 5 nominees for each category, then they vote. The actual voting for the award only is held at that year's WorldCon, and but it's everybody who attends WorldCon that year can vote, and anybody who's attended the previous year's WorldCon or is a member of the Science Fiction Society can vote in the nomination process. So I think the Yenny's Achilles heel is about how the judges are are set up. You know, if we had a system more like the Hugo, where the hobby as a whole votes on the nomination, and then have another vote on the actual winners, then I think it would be a lot more respected and a lot.
Let me ask this: is there anybody that you saw the Ennies one year? And once again, I'm not super familiar. I think maybe I voted in 1, maybe 2 of them or something like that. But is it? Have you seen somebody's like? It's not a thing where did you miss somebody? Like it's like, oh, this person didn't make it. Like they totally 100% should have made it.
Right.
Yes.
And they didn't make it. And then not only did they not make it, if they would have made it, they probably should have won. But
The only instance I can recall where that did not happen was when Shadow Dark won. That was the only one. Every other year, it has been some other much more deserving person for the things that I knew about, at least, who should have won. And a lot of people don't know that in order to be considered for the Ennies, you have to send in 5 copies of the product if it's a print
Right.
product.
Done that.
Yeah, and so that can be a huge expense for small publisher. And so a lot of the works that would be really significant, like I'd be very surprised if I heard that Alexander McCrease sent in Acts 2 to be judged. I mean, it's a hugely expensive product. Like he's not sending 5 of them to the Ennies.
To Hungary or wherever.
Yeah,
You
fuck that. Yeah.
It's not like there's a central location that you ship it to, and then they package it and they ship it out. These people are getting their copies directly from those that are making are entering. And remember too, if you're an Ennies judge, the product you're receiving is, I guess, technically a gift. So after the Ennies are done, now if you're getting 200, I don't know what the numbers are, probably more. If you're getting 200 RPG products sent to your house over the course of like a month and a half, they probably all arrive at the same time. Are you actually reading every single page? Are you is there a lot of stuff that you're looking at and going, I'm not interested, and just putting it to the side? Probably. There's stuff that's never getting even looked at. And then after the Ennies, it either goes to the dump, I doubt it, gets donated, I doubt it, stays in their collection, some of it, gets sold.
Yep.
What do you think is happening? All right.
I did that 1-page dungeon contest as a judge one year, and I mean it was back when it was kind of early on, so it wasn't like there was a ton in there, but say there was 80. I think there wasn't quite 100 entries, but there's 8. It was, even though they're 1 page, there's 80 of them. I couldn't. It was tough to keep. Just even that little small sample was very difficult to try to weigh them.
Eric, I think you and I had a judging. We were part of it
way back in the day. Yep.
Never. Did we ever make an award for that?
Yeah, never. I was like, I think the whole thing crapped out before the finals. I don't think we ever got to it.
I made a logo for you, Eric.
I know, dude.
The Golden Ladder.
Listen, I've got Foogly stuff for the Tenkies. We just got to find an actual proper way to review it. But I've already started talking with others that if this channel, if 10 Cars Tavern starts doing awards, if you've got PDF, if it comes in print and PDF, we don't want your print. We want your PDF. The product should be what speaks, not the fact that you sent us something physical. All right? I mean, because there's no reason why it should incur a cost of hundreds of dollars for somebody to enter their material to get an award. It's bullshit. Bullshit. It is. It's bullshit.
Eric, this was just before the Tankies. We're talking early 2010s.
Yeah, no, this was, I forget what, it was like an RPG, OSR Superstar.
Yeah, that is OSR Superstars.
Remember that now, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Back when I was reaching for the stars and tore my pants. Yeah.
And threw your back out.
I think we shared it to Google Drive, and
then my easy ride at work became your transfer to a new unit, and you're no longer working days, you're working midnights. Life changed very quickly.
I like Death Angels. The thing, if you're going to do the Tankies, you should also do the Tankies, and the Tankies are the worst.
Foogly gave us, for the worst, gave us a 10 cars toilet, and it's a mimic in the shape of an outhouse.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep.
I it's back on my shelving. I could grab it, but I'm gonna turn my camera off. So hold on a second.
I think rather than have an award, I don't like awards as a concept.
No.
I would rather have the Rob AI aggregator that goes around, and all it does is it's just a bot, and it goes around and it collects all evidence of anyone actually playing a game. So like it scours all social media, everything, and it looks for anybody who says, I actually played D&D 2024 last night. I played Acts 2. I played Shadow Dark. I played OSC, whatever. And it documents those using, zeros and ones. And then it comes up with some product that says, the game that people are actually saying that they're playing is this. And then that's what I think should be the use of Rob AI.
All right.
solve
All
these kind of problems.
So hold on a second. Death Angels. All I would say is
Never ask questions you don't want to know the answers.
yesterday I was certainly wearing pants when I got up and grabbed this. So Fugli's fine work. Top comes off. Look at
That's
that.
so cool.
You got dice, but wait.
Wait, there's more.
There's more. So, and there's actually dice on the inside that will fit into your top.
We did that. That's so cool. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so
That's very good.
That is awesome, Fugly.
Good job,
so hold on
Fugly.
a second. Hold on.
Oh, there's even more.
10 cards
Uh,
sword.
I do remember that one. Yeah. I love that.
So I don't think anybody would actually receive. You would be named as a recipient of 10 cards toilet, but I don't think you'd actually receive it. I don't think anybody would want to get the worst award. I got the 10 cards toilet award for my.
Oh hell yeah! I would love that. I would put this right on. I would put it right on my bookshelf.
That'd be motivation.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. Well, they do. What is it for movies? Is it the raspberries? What is it called?
The
Razzies.
Yeah.
The Razzies, right?
Yeah, the Razzies. Yeah.
And some of the big name actors have been known to actually go there and accept it.
Well, they knew it.
Who
They
was
knew
it?
their
Sandra
movie.
Bullock got it
They
one
knew
year, and then the next day she got the Oscar one day and got the Razzies the day before or something like that. So yeah.
There you
Kind
go.
of fun.
Nicolas Cage is probably a frequent flyer over there.
I don't know.
He rolls dice like Tim on picking movies. He's like,
Hey,
every
now.
once in a while he rolls a 15 or a 20, but most of the time it's a 1 or a 3 or a 4.
It's usually not above 10. Yeah.
Yes.
Double
He
digits
loses
is
his
difficult.
spell for sure.
That's right. He couldn't cast spells for shit, man.
Oh God, that is funny. But and Nicolas Cage does like 3 movies a year, 4 movies.
Yeah.
Most of his stuff
That's
is
a lot.
direct to video, but he doesn't care as long as he's
He doesn't care because he's got that bank account.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got the bank account.
Got to pay
Hopefully
the
different
women.
one from Michael Jackson.
I know Death Angels. I like Face Off. I like National Treasure. I like a lot. There's
like
a lot of
National
Nick
Treasure.
Cage movies that I like, but as a percentage of the overall product, is pretty low.
He's,
Yeah,
He's
but
got a shotgun approach. You know, a
It's
lot
like-
are gonna miss, but there's gonna be few that hit.
well, I was
You
going
know,
to say,
Face
I was
Off.
going to say he's got Surfer out, which is a horror movie, horror-ish.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
did one based on Cthulhu story. Or he did a couple actually. I think he did 2.
I was gonna say, didn't he do a couple with those?
He did a
that
couple
one?
that
Yeah.
had that were Cthulhu-ish. Yeah. So, you
Well,
know,
not every movie can be The Rock. I mean, I don't expect
oof,
that.
yeah.
Neither do
doubt.
I, nor do I want that.
No.
I don't know. I kind of want that. I want everybody to be The Rock. I want Sean Connery and Nick Cage in every movie. That's
There
it.
you go.
Listen, if we're going batting average, as long as if he's doing 285, he's doing better than average.
He's an
All right.
all-star in baseball.
Yeah, he's
know?
an all-star in baseball. A few home runs, peppering that out. But yes, you don't. We understood. Most of us understood the baseball reference.
Yeah, I understand the baseball. I'm the youngest one here, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Stop rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Yes, again, Greg. Well, soon you won't be able to say that. Though.
We'll go around the table here. Who has gray hair? 4 out of 5. One of these people is not like the other. One of
Right.
these people is not the same. One of these people is not like the other. Can you tell us which one? And you'll win this game. Now,
Just so you
Greg
know-
might not know that reference because he's too young.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know that Nicolas Cage was in 6 films in 2023.
Wow.
The Old
That's
Way,
a
Renfield,
banger.
The Flash, Sympathy for the Devil, The Retirement Plan, and Dream Scenario.
Wasn't he in Season of the Witch? See, that's my favorite D&D film. I mean, it
Yes.
is totally a D&D film.
Oh, is it? I haven't watched it. So.
Oh, yeah,
Color Out of Space is his
Yeah,
Cthulhu,
but
his
prisoner,
Cthulhu one.
have
That's
to
what I
escort
saw.
the prisoner. Shit happens.
Yeah.
They get to
Oh.
the place. Things are bad. like it's I mean it's a D&D.
It's not what it seems to be. I only
Yeah.
watched it once. I really should pull out the DVD again.
I have to watch that one then.
I was watching him the other night in oh gosh, what was it? Part 2 of National Treasure.
That's
And I
good.
caught something I didn't catch before, was that he turns around. It was a joke on himself where he kind of turns around and says, listen, we can't just overreact to everything. And it was like a complete tell on himself. I'm like, there we go. That's well done, Nick Cage.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Apparently, he's in a Western this year called The Gunslingers. That's his only film that they have slated for 2025.
I guess he's taking the year off. You know.
Well,
he's also doing voice work for the Spider Noir series.
That is true too. That is true too. I'm looking forward to that.
Man, he wants to go out with a big bank account.
Grandma RPG Grandma says she worked on a stinker film. Which one did you work on? Now you just can't just say.
Yeah, you got to give us details, young lady.
You got to name names. Yeah,
we need more. There's a lot of stinker films out there.
And Nick had to do all those stinker films to pay off a lot of debt.
Yeah,
he was buying dinosaur bones and crazy nonsense.
Yeah,
at the time.
Yeah, he
moved
equipment.
What's the movie RPG, Grandma? Don't tell us what you did.
Oh, that's what you. I thought that was the name of the movie.
Your NDA is expired. It's no longer enforceable. You know, they can be like, we're gonna find RPG Grandma and hit her with the injunction. You can't.
I was thinking about this the other day too. That poor John Travolta is the new Nick Cage. I think in some ways, because I mean, just about every movie he puts out is a stinker.
Well,
it's pretty bad.
For a company that
he has taken a few reputational hits in the past 5 to 10 years.
That is true.
Not quite Michael Jackson or OJ level hits, but I mean,
good.
I
cut him some slack because he lost his son and he lost his wife and all kinds of.
He lost his son in Face Off also.
In real life, he lost his kid.
Yes. I know, Rob. I'm making a joke.
He's making a joke about the death of a child.
Yeah, I mean,
alone.
How else are you going to turn it around? You can't.
All right, there you go, Tim.
Dead end into dead kid. That sucks, man.
Impulse 1984. I don't know what that is.
Oh. Okay. All right, we're going to have to turn our crack Rob AI team onto figuring out what was released in 1994.
All right,
what company involved CBS? I mean, like
it was a conspiracy thriller.
Radioactive milk makes the town go.
Yes, that's the best clue right there so far. Radioactive milk.
I gotta say that sounds like a good one to me.
I may have seen this movie.
It starred Tim Matheson, Meg Tilly, and Hume Cronin. All right, I think I know who.
I know Meg Tilly.
Yeah, I don't know the. Wait. Let me
There's
see
a film, Edge of Darkness, 2010, features radioactive milk.
Well, they copied it from this one. Obviously,
it has Mel Gibson in it. Looks like
radioactive milk.
Mel Gibson with radioactive milk. I've never heard of it. It must have been really bad.
Hey, don't drink the milk. Why? It's spoiled.
Holy crap! Its budget was $80 million. It made $81.1 million.
Success.
Close call. Holy shit.
Well, wait. Hold on. Impulse 1984, budget $10 million, made $2,773,433.
Did go bad. They couldn't pay for refrigeration.
That is a tax write-off. Wow,
that's funny.
Brutal.
My God, that is. Thank you for that. You put us down a rabbit hole. Not sure if it was a good rabbit hole, but a rabbit hole nonetheless. All right. It was a topic we were talking about before the show. You can consider this show prep. Don't quote me on it though. And sorry, we were talking about censorship. And
Oh,
uh
uh,
Tim, you
fucking. There's if there's one thing that just pisses me off more, or I can't think of much anything that is that the fucking censorship stuff. It just fucking riles me up. Yeah, I love it. I love it when other people think they know what's best for you. I love it. Yes. What's that? Yeah, this is what you got to do. Yeah, but this is a
They're
different
being
kind of
slimy
censor.
bastards
This is
about it.
not.
They're
But
not.
this is
They're
not
not
a.
coming out. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say this is. But this time it's different than like in the past because it's coming from. It's not coming from, like the righteous right back in the 80s or the parental guidance, whatever it was for the things.
right.
This is a mass movement.
This is a financial,
Oh, but
kind of.
it's coming from.
It is. It's coming from that small group. What's it called? Down in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not a mass movement. That's just the
No,
cover.
not a
That's the
mass-
excuse.
It's a small movement, but I mean, but they're not the one leading the charge. They're maybe behind the scene, but if you can convince Visa and MasterCard to,
and pay and yeah,
and say, you do this or you got to get rid of this or we're not paying for it. That's a whole different sort of censorship. That brings it to a level because that kind of censorship is much more difficult to battle than it is the more when they're trying to stay in on moral ground. This is a whole different kind of fight this time around.
Yep, it's insidious.
Yep.
They're trying to hide it. They're only upset because they got caught. The thing with, I can't remember if it was Visa or MasterCard, but one of them came out and they issued a press release saying, "Oh yeah, we didn't do any of that shit." And Steam was like, "Yes, you did."
Oh, yes, you did.
What are you talking about? So like when Steam and MasterCard, I think it was MasterCard, when Steam and MasterCard are like issuing press releases saying, "Oh no, I didn't. That wasn't us. That was somebody." Like clearly they're embarrassed about being caught, not that it happened. Yeah.
The content question that was being whatever. Can anybody inform me? I guess I am ill informed on this.
Well,
but the content.
Eric has these extensive library on Steam of all of these porn video games.
I have one,
and that was the first. That's why he's the canary in the coal mine here. So Steam cut all of these video games and didn't even give people refunds.
But by the way, not just
deleted it off of their computer.
Itch.io was actually the canary. Because itch.io is the ones that first got hit with this.
They got first hit, yeah.
And when they got hit with it, they were like, "Holy!" And they were like, "Yep, all right, yeah, shut it down." Because listen, money makes the world go round. Okay, whatever else you want to say. Because I was seeing people going, "Itch has to tell them to go pound sand, tell them to go F themselves." Yeah, that's fine, and then nobody gets paid. Because they're going to have it was PayPal and it was PayPal and I think Stripe or MasterCard Visa.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, when you can't process sales and for my people that are here in the States, remember that we had something similar going on at one point with gun stores. Gun stores were being debanked. They were being told that we're not going to do your business. We're not going to process your orders. That's how it was going on. It would away. You could call it censorship, but it's not a creative side of it. But here we have something going on in Australia that's affecting worldwide because of one small vocal group. And by the way, I've seen this covered not just in gaming but on YouTube and one of my favorite Aussie channels, Bearing, who covers weird ass stuff and is talking about it. It's like, what the hell, man? Well, why? I understand. I think that, in my opinion, drive-thru does it right by having an adult wall. Like,
right.
when those of us who remember video stores, sorry, Greg, you have to go and watch it.
I remember.
You'll have to go back into your, YouTube video tour.
Yeah.
And I'm
Ask
not talking about
ChatGPT.
Blockbuster or Suncoast Video. I'm talking about the mom and pop video stores that were usually funded by organized crime or some crap like that. But they had the curtain in the back, and that's where all the
Right.
the adult stuff was. Yeah, and yet you had to be an adult to go back there and buy it. That's what drive-through does, right? They have mature content, 18 and above. Itch didn't have that, so anybody could go on and buy. I saw some of these game releases that were, oh my god, what was the other company that I think GOG was releasing banned games for free or some crap like that.
Yeah.
And some of these titles scared me. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, was there anything criminal in the sense of?
No, it just scared me that anybody would want to play a game like that.
Right.
Right, but I'm just saying, did it involve? You know, what I'm saying, did it involve minors? I mean, is there some laws concerning here that like there's like artwork or stuff like that?
Rob, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, so this is all about processing credit cards. Getting paid. So there are a bunch of laws around the world and here in the United States that regulate purchasing of adult content, like a porn site. And the amount of age verification and all that stuff, it goes up and down over the years, but there's always something, all right? And MasterCard and Visa also had guidelines as far as that going. But what has happened recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, is that they're cracking down on it and adopting strict interpretation on the adult content guidelines at the and it started with that Australian group. And because itch.io and Steam didn't have I wouldn't call it overreacting, but basically they were given a threat. Deal with this now, or we're going to yank your ability to process payment. So they weren't given time to do anything. They just had to go and say, okay, we got to yank all
the term they used, Rob, from what I understand, is that you have to take down your adult content. Was the terms that they used.
What is
well, actually,
nobody knows, nobody cares that Visa and MasterCard are processing this payments. That's like if I provide plastic silverware to a barbecue company and the barbecue company does something terrible, like I don't care. Nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, they use Greg's plastic silverware. Let's go after Greg's plastic silverware. Like that's ridiculous. Like nobody sees a porn video game and goes, you know who's to blame here? Visa. You know, I mean, like it just doesn't happen. It doesn't. Why are they concerned at all? There's no customer movement.
Because wars are won on logistics. Battles are won on tactic, but wars are won on logistics. And they figured it out. That group in Australia, just like Eric mentioned about gun stores, they figured out that if they attack the logistics, that underline the economics of porn, i.e. accepting a credit card payment.
But what is the threat? That this company of this group of 10 people from Australia is not going to use Visa? I mean, like,
who knows?
Who gives a fuck?
I don't understand how they got that much in.
It's a public relations threat, and the threat is these companies often do knee-jerk reactions. I mean, one of the games that GOG was giving away was Postal 2, which means that it was on a list of games that had to be removed.
Right.
All right. Postal. So that would mean, in my mind, every one of those. What's that game that all the kids were playing? It's like 17,000. Grand Theft Auto 95, 2002. Every Grand Theft Auto.
You just got 10 years older right there in front of my face.
I know. Oh, that's kids were playing.
Crap. Grand Theft Auto 2002? What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, like games like Grand Theft Auto where you're beating up
Oh, yeah.
prostitutes on the street, right?
Australia has banned Grand Theft Auto, by the way.
Well, is that going to be now banned from Steam? I mean, because now that's something you ban that from Steam, and now suddenly the mainstream media will catch on to it.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, the worst game I've ever actually seen is a game that nobody would ever ban. It's called RimWorld. And in RimWorld, it's like you're running a little town of people on it's like Firefly Serenity type setting out on a distant rim. And the problem with the game is it just lets you do whatever you want. So they have a whole system where you can like upgrade your organs cybernetically. So you can like take out your heart and put in like a super heart that helps you run whatever fast. But the game also lets you just everybody you capture in battle, you can just remove their heart and then throw them out on the ground. Like, I mean, like you can do anything you want. So like you can start an organ sale business because you could, there's these prices attached to all of the body part stuff. So you can be taking prisoners of war, removing their livers, selling it to the next town over. Nobody objects to
wait. Is this an MMO?
Yeah, no, it's a single player game.
Oh, okay. Because if this is an MMO,
yeah, like it's awesome.
I'm really concerned. But
I mean, think about it.
I'm not sure what point you're trying to make here, Greg. The thing
they
is,
object to things that are not consistent.
The thing is that in our economy, there are certain choke points, even the digital economy. In the role-playing industry, if drive-through RPG sneezes, we all catch cold. While in the larger world of digital commerce, if MasterCard and Visa sneezes, everybody who deals with
you don't need to sell me on the importance of MasterCard and Visa.
Well,
what you need to sell me on is why MasterCard and Visa should give a shit about what some tiny NGO in Australia thinks. What money could they possibly lose?
Right.
Compared to Steam? Like the value of Steam has to dwarf anything
because drive-through RPG, Visa, and MasterCard are run by people, and somebody with the power decided that this was too much exposure and made a decision. Maybe they didn't think through all the ramifications. Maybe there is a memo, this said, hey, we're not enforcing our digital adult content rules. Enforce them. We got to make sure we tighten up on it. And it filters down to the layers of bureaucracy. And all of a sudden it's like a bull in a china shop, and there's shit being broken all over the place and stuff falling off the shelves and shattering on the floor. It's about what happened when somebody doesn't think through whether the concentration of power.
But that still doesn't explain why they're going to do it, though, Rob. Because first of all, there's already laws in place. If you break the law, that's going to take care of it. When you start having the corporations, mega corporations like Visa, I mean, you can say they're controlled by people. They're by a lot of people, groups of people. And the last thing you need is companies teaching us, getting didactic and teaching us like morality issues and stuff like that. I don't need to know what to do and what not to do from Visa. And how does that gain them anything by doing that?
Yeah. They didn't think about it. That's what I'm saying. They have so much power that if they make the little decision, what to them as a little decision has outsized consequences.
Could they not have just stopped the sales of these things, let's say in Australia? Like just Australia. If Australia doesn't want it, can't they just say, well, we're going to cut Australia off? They don't want, video games that are.
But that's not even their job to even do that, though. Either. I mean,
I'm saying if they were going to make a choice, that would have been the smallest mistake they could have made.
Yeah, I don't like any. I mean, some of the games that they're banning, fucking disgusting games. I completely agree with that, but I don't want somebody else telling me I can and cannot. You have to do that on your own. That's an individual thing. When I have corporations deciding that for me, I mean, you look back years ago, when they started banning, fucking Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn and the
Dungeons and Dragons,
Catcher in the Rye, and you look at those things and you see how innocuous those things are pretty much today. They were just integrated, but I don't know that I guess because this is one of my fire up topics when censorship comes into play. I mean, what I hope that happens, but there'll be an alternative that creates. It's like, okay, screw you. But when you get like such a huge, because back in the '80s when we were dealing with this kind of censorship with like the rock music back in the day, I mean, for an example, remember when Greg won't remember this, when the parental advisories came out on the records and
I was there
CDs
for
and stuff.
Tipper Gore, bro.
Were you there for Tipper Gore?
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
then
I'll watch that shit go down.
yeah. So I don't know if you
Zappa.
guys remember what the whole cause of that was. That was for the 2 Live crew. So they had that album out and everything. It was a 2 Live crew. Shitty album, horrible album. But because it focused on that, because of this group, it sold millions more albums because everybody focused on it. But again, that was coming from a moral right group. Now, if Visa and MasterCard said, or no, if you try to buy 2 Live crew, we're not going to process it. I don't know. I just don't. I got an issue with that part of it. Yeah, I got a big issue. If you don't like it, I understand.
And one day they could decide that metal cutting is bad. Where would we be?
Yep.
I'm not sure what you guys are trying to argue me against. I'm just telling you.
No, I'm not arguing with Rob. I'm just saying that it just doesn't. When corporations do this, because I mean, I'm going to go little Joe on you guys right now. Here you go. Ready for this one? Do a little Joe thing.
You're going to go pee?
No, not well. I do have to pee, but no. I think this is one of the steps that goes in, because how long have they been trying to moralize the internet? And I think this is one of the steps that they've been trying to take more. They can see that they can get that foothold and dictate what is allowed and what isn't allowed on the internet, because they've been trying to do that for years and years. And if you can get,
I say that gate open when they. This is not the incident that there's already Visa and MasterCard. The reason they have regulations about adult content, because those were imposed by there was a thing passed in Congress.
right.
Now it's very weak as those things go, but there is an age requirement that they are required to carry to process payment. You just can't process payment for anything in the world. You have to. There are a set of regulations that, the EU has a set, the United States has a set, Australia has a set, and so that's why you didn't hear a lot about the Australian Parliament doing anything, because all what happened here is MasterCard said, okay, we're just going to change how we enforce what they want us to enforce, and then everything else ensued. But my solution to the whole thing is that unless the law specifies otherwise, all payment processor has a common carrier obligation that they cannot discriminate against one payment or another.
And Death Angel, right? Yeah, you're right. Tipper Gore, Al Gore were in there, so it wasn't just a right wing thing. But boy, did it stink of it.
Yeah,
because especially back in the '80s, because I just remember seeing all the because they did it in a town not too far from us, where they had, I forgot what it was called. It was called like Rock the Bonfire, and they would go there and they burned like all their Ozzy Osbourne cassettes, and
and that totally stopped Ozzy Osbourne dead, man.
It did. I mean, nobody
went nowhere after that.
Yeah,
he's barely a blip in the culture now.
The reason why I think we didn't see it in the '90s, because credit cards back then were viewed as something special. They were not as, we were still very much a cash-based economy. So the instinct of everybody was to attack the stores and regulate what was being sold at the store, or in this case, advertisement, the advisories.
Well, that's when they came up with the mature, the M for mature, or however the explicit, whatever you put labels they put on them. Yeah.
And the government is really good at this stuff. They make like a rule that in order for me to get pseudoephedrine, I have to go and show my driver's license and sign stuff. And that rule has totally stopped meth. I mean, like, bam, way to go, government. It's on the case, man. If the government wants to stop it, it's over. It's done. You know, they've stopped all kinds of things, drugs, alcohol, hookers through the years. The government is the way to solve these problems, folks. Oh wait, never mind. It doesn't work ever.
No.
Sorry.
No.
That's why they still have jaywalking on the books too.
That's right. That's right. It all comes back to jaywalking.
As a
The
side note,
secret menace of jaywalking.
as a side note, stupid laws don't usually get removed from the books; they just get ignored because and the reason is because somebody in government's always like, we may need to use that law about the horses defecating on city streets. We still may need that one to use that in the future. Let's leave it in the books, even though we don't.
What if we need to ban what are they called? Jerry cabs? Is that in New York? The horse cabs? What are they called?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So they'll keep that rule on the books in case they have to stop somebody for doing that. Like they'll find a way.
Now they have petty cabs. I get somebody gonna die of a heart attack as he's pushing pedals for 2 or 3 people down the street.
I get Jerry cabs.
Do you know that they can arrest money?
What'd you say, Rob?
Do you know that they can arrest money? Like they stop you, you have say $100,000 in the cash in the car. They can arrest the $100,000 cash, take it. It's called civil forfeiture, and you're not charged with the crime. And then to get that money back, you have to prove that money wasn't used in a crime.
Well,
that's why I carry all my wealth in the form of Beanie Babies.
Right.
Doesn't that have to do something with the RICO?
Well, no, it depends. Every state has their own laws on it. So
it's a state issue. Yes, that's true.
State issue. So it's civil forfeiture.
Well, there's federal too. There's federal.
Right,
there's federal and state.
Right, but with civil forfeiture, at least my memories are from the late '90s. It's something that we would occasionally use if you got somebody who was a drug dealer, who, when you got him, was wearing $10,000 in gold, driving a brand new Escalade, and they were under arrest. They were being charged. The difference is they haven't been convicted. They're charged with a crime, at least in New York State. But now we're going to forfeiture his vehicle, his gold jewelry, his cash, as proceeds of an illegal activity. Now, we haven't proven that part yet, but it's taken, and it's basically in limbo until things get sorted out.
Does the money have a right to a speedy trial?
No.
No,
it does not. And
since the late '90s, Eric, it's been abused, and some police departments are funding themselves.
There are certain. I was about to mention that there are certain police departments in this country, generally speaking, out in the southwest or southeast. It's these counties that are often very empty and have very little ways of making money. Civil forfeiture is the way they go. And their law enforcement agencies are basically a way for the county or city or municipal government to stay afloat. And civil forfeiture is the tool they use. It is certainly abused. I've read many an article on that.
There's a lawyer named Steve Lato that
I've seen Lato. Yes.
Yeah, he had a real bug up his ass about civil forfeiture, and so every month he has 2 or 3 videos on it.
Yeah, I watch him occasionally, probably maybe once a month, and I haven't seen him in a while. But I know who you're talking about. He does a good show. But all right. So what else is in the news? We've covered Gen Con. We've covered.
Well, the top seller in Drive-Thru RPG is Daggerheart. The Cosmere.
Not anymore. It's the five rings because it's their 30th anniversary.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. They've got that big sale going on.
And then the Cosmere RPG was released, and that seemed to be up there. But I think a lot of its sales are coming from its website.
Cosmere is at number 6. But what's at number 7? Ashes Without Number.
Yep.
What's the number 54?
It's currently on best-selling titles number 7.
That's yours, Greg, by the way.
54. Yeah, I was scrolling over there, buddy. All right.
I think it was 54. Maybe it was
Yeah,
56.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we got to go. We got to
Warhammer
go through them.
Old World Role Playing is up there.
So what was the one you mentioned, Rob? What's it called? What's that one?
Cosmere.
Okay,
Cosmere.
so
What's
the guy
Cosmere?
who finished the Wheel of Times novel.
Brandon Sanderson
Oh,
novel.
Brandon Sanderson. Okay,
Yeah, he
yeah.
has his own
Didn't he
series.
do a Kickstarter on that? And it was like the highest Kickstarter of
Yep.
Yeah, it
forever.
was huge, I tell you.
And he has a whole galaxy of worlds in his
Okay.
novel series, and this just covers one of them. So they can come out with RPGs for the next 5 decades,
Yeah.
each with their own unique magic systems and stuff like that.
But is anybody playing them?
I've seen some attempts on YouTube. It's funny.
So, well, hey, I had this idea the other day that it might be funny. So, Rob, you have Daggerheart, right?
For the last frickin' time, I go to their SRD. Yes, I've read the SRD.
All right, but you have the game. You could run
For
a
the
game,
last
right?
freaking
Rob
time.
feels like he's defending
It's like he's
himself
angry.
against
I have
the or something
Daggerheart.
here.
No,
Just look at your
it'd
collection.
be interesting if you ran a game on here one day and we actually played Daggerheart.
Okay,
my
I'm
God.
game for it.
Look at Greg.
I'm not
he
going to
just
buy the
proved
fucking
himself.
rules.
I'm not
I
playing.
the SRD.
I can read. See,
Wait,
one of the things
wouldn't it
with
be
the game-
interesting just to see it, just to go?
So
Go.
imagine, I'm not going to describe Daggerheart, but I'm going to describe just as horrible of a system that has the same mechanical problem. All right, so you have a game. Every time you roll a 20, the GM, you're the player, you roll a 20, the GM gets a token that they can later use to fuck you over whenever they want. But when you roll a 1, you get a token that you can fuck over the GM whenever you want.
Well, then I can
So-
screw over the GM a lot.
Yep.
So we're going to create a mechanic where you're like each
Whimsy
trying-
cards.
Whimsy
no,
cards.
no,
I was just gonna say whimsy cards. Whimsy
Let
cards.
me
This is
tell
how it
you
works.
the day of the Great Whimsy War.
Oh man, it's a horrible.
Yeah,
it's a
so we were
horrible-
using Whimsy in the middle '90s. We used Whimsy card for a season, and it was
Who
kind of
made those
going
cards? Who were
Huh?
the ones who came out with those?
Atlas Game, the people who made Art
Atlas.
Magic.
That's right. Yeah.
And so we were using it for a season, and it was working out okay. It added a little bit.
Well,
of,
we didn't abuse it. We
We
were
didn't
actually
abuse
using them legit, and then we weren't.
then that came that day, and the Whimsy War erupted.
Yes.
And at the end of it, we all looked at each other. Let's put these away, and this session never happened.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. The one of the things that we were talking about before we went live is that there was this live play of Draw Steel, which is Matt Coville's RPG that made a lot of money. I can't remember the exact amount of money.
Millions.
And he was showing it with the live play was absolutely horrible, and he was on his phone during the session, and you could tell he was just doom scrolling by his hand movements. He wasn't like, "Oh my God, my kid's on fire," you know.
Oh, was it Matt Coville
so-
or Matt Mercer? I thought
Matt Colville.
Oh, Matt Coville.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Too
the
many
thing
Mats
about
to
the way that the game works is like you almost have to talk in the game terms, because like if I'm in a party with Tim and Flint and I do a certain action, I have to say I'm using this particular mechanic because either of them might have an ability that is only valid when somebody uses this particular mechanic, and then they can like piggyback ride on my action, right? But if I don't talk like we're playing Magic the Gathering or something, and I'm like, I'm going to tap this card, and then I'm going to play this artifact, and the artifact has this ability, like it sounds like you're talking. You're just talking in game mechanics. You're not role playing. You're talking as if you're playing a game. And oh man, it was It was bad. It was bad. It was
D&D for he on
Yeah.
Right.
steroids.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
It took them like, I want to say, an hour a turn. I'm not kidding. Like,
God.
oh god, it was horrible. Yeah.
Look, I recently ran a session of GURPS for a group as a demo, and I ran Scourge of the Demon Wolf, and the first part of that is role playing, and you get to this point where you find a body of a dead peddler, and you investigate it, and you can go one or a couple ways with it. Well, they found the tracks that lead to the bandit caves where the bandit were holed up. Now, using D&D, using my Majestic Fantasy rules or Swords and Wizardry, I can run the entire adventure in 4 hours at a convention slot. I've done this numerous times. And so far, we're tracking that 4 hour. But then we get to the bandit combat. Oh my God. It was great. I love GURPS combat, but it took up the rest of the time that we had. It took, an hour and a half to resolve. And that was it for the adventure. That's all the time that they had. And, and when I ran D&D 4E, it was the same way. Anytime I ran D&D 4E at the game store or I ran at a convention, it was a little bit of role playing, combat. Some more role playing, combat. You wrap up the session. That was your prototypical D&D 4E session. And that's how their various pre-canned adventures were that they handed us to run at the game store. And the virtue of GURPS is you can describe what you do in natural terms, and there's some rule that will handle it. So, but with D&D 4E, you're like playing Magic the Gathering. You always have to think in game terms. And draw steel.
Rob used the malice point. That means that I can use my energize ability to synergize with Flint, and we can cast a magic fireball. And then, it's just fucking gay.
And some people like it that way.
Is the game even? And I don't know. Is the game? I remember it was out. It was going for a while, but did it ever get produced? Like, are they shipping an actual product?
Yeah, you can buy it. You can buy it on their website. They don't have the print copy out, but it's to the point where they've ordered the print, and you can buy the print, and you can buy the print, and you get the PDF.
This atrocious video was a promotional work in order to sell you on the system.
Yeah, it's just weird because didn't James Intercasso actually write the rules, or was it somebody?
I don't know that level of detail.
But it's just weird because
you're professional, Greg. So in your professional opinion, it was a crappy promotional video.
Oh hell yeah! If I released a Chubby Funster promo video in which I was playing a game, and during the game I repeatedly checked my phone because I was bored, that would be a not subjectively bad video, but a truly horrible marketing video. That would no judgment, no subjective nature. I mean,
and if you did that for your regular job, what would happen to you as a result?
If I
hand them that video and everybody's checking their phone.
They'd fire your ass if you did that kind of shit for Coca-Cola or something. Like, I mean, if you had a real client and you made a video where they were looking like an ass, I mean, like,
yeah,
your ass is out of there.
It's so odd that you would do, because there's going to be cameras on you and that kind of thing.
That'd be like if Joe made a video where the camera followed him into the bathroom to take a piss. I mean, like, why would you do that? Why?
Because we want to see what Joe does.
Because that's where Joe's at all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
where'd he go again? Cut to the bathroom cam. There he is. Oh man. Oh.
It looks like Joe is not made. I guess he's still enjoying dinner with the family.
Joe doesn't care about us.
No, I know. We're like the redhead stepchildren now.
Joe went out for cigarettes and left his family. I mean, it's over. I don't know. I mean, he might come back and take us out to Applebee's sometime, but that's about it. I mean,
hey, I'm down for that. I'll forgive him.
Is it the end with appetizers at Applebee's? Come on.
Let's see what is this?
Jagged Knife. I'm looking at Daggerheart now. Jagged Knife Bandit, Tier 1 standard, a cunning criminal in a cloak bearing one of the gang's arcanic knives. Motives and tactic: escape, profit, steal, throw, and smoke. Oh, for fuck's sake. Keywords for motives and tactics? Boy, well, that's something I'm going to get right away during action.
I'm thinking Matt wasn't, distracted. He was just looking up his own rules, so he knew what verbiage to use when it was his turn. He's just checking his own
Matt
SRD.
Covell? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Joe's up to
I gotta ask, is he
3.6
really
thousand subscribers now. He's moving up. He's taking it on the world. He doesn't need us anymore.
No, not anymore. No.
How much
Well, he had to
is
drag
Matt
Paul
Covell?
on it the other day, didn't he? Yeah.
I have to ask, when Matt Covell reads this stuff, how much of this shit he ignores and just makes something up?
Yeah. Well, Crispy Table Runner said that he's made several videos. He has these videos where he it's called like unsolicited advice, I think, and he goes through like a live play, and he's like, look, see, at this point, the GM should have asked this question or framed it like he's like trying to show how they could improve their play, and he's done it for all these different people, but the Matt Covell ones have come at him like rabid dogs whenever he said anything negative, and he'll say negative things about all these other people, Critical Role and Jenny D and all this shit, and then he says something about Matt Covell, and woo, the off to the races, man. I don't know what he's got some fanatics.
Well, if his chubby idea of fun
Wow.
is D&D 4E style.
Rob was very pleased with that, by the way.
Yes. If
No,
this
I
chubby
totally-
idea
I
of
totally-
fun, go on.
I admit. But if he is a major D&D 4E fan to the point where he wrote his own D&D 4E Heartbreaker, then the improv loosey-goosey style, Matt Covell is about improv and loosey-goosey stuff. Yeah, they got some detailed rules here, but from what little I've seen of Critical Role, they're just winging it like an improv troupe.
Yeah. I don't.
And that's totally 4E people get D&D 4E people get totally bent if you do any kind of rules over rule, rules not ruling kind of thing.
Right. Oh.
And I know because I posted that essay on my blog, rulings are a foundation, not an oversight. And on the RPG Reddit, oh boy, I got some really nasty comments.
RPG Reddit is a dark, terrible place.
It's cesspool, man. I avoid Reddit like a.
That's like a bad subway toilet down there.
Yeah.
You don't want to go.
If you make it through,
Joe doesn't even go in there.
No, he will piss his pants before he goes in there.
If you enter the cave on Dagobah and you keep going through, on the other side is Reddit.
I got $5,000 off of Reddit, so I'm not complaining.
Wow.
They're paying you from Reddit?
Stealing people's money on Reddit. I like
What's
it.
going on there, Rob? Do
That's
we want to know what that is? Is
That's
Visa
called
going to start banning your payments to you now, Rob? What's going on there?
It's called monetizing your haters, I guess.
You can't share your links on Reddit.
Well, it's 5,000 sales from the OSR Reddit. I did not post my link. The because I don't post often on RPG or D&D, they would just accept that post. Now the reason my ruling my foundation, because I didn't post a link to my blog. I actually take the text from my blog and made a standalone post out of it. So that's why they had to let that stand. But
you found a workaround. Okay.
Well, yeah, they want people to have this quote discussions. And, so if you don't want your post taken down, just don't post a link to your blog. Post the actual text of what you're talking about.
Oh God, I still think Reddit's successful, but that's just me. I'd rather go to the RPG site and tell the pundit your latest work sucks and wait for the reaction. I'd rather do that than spend time at Reddit. and actually the pundit does pretty good stuff. But in any case, but I'd rather get the wrath of the RPG site than slumming at Reddit.
Well, I'm not a fan. I think Pundit does good work with his book, but I'm not a fan of his videos. And and he comes up with these videos and talks about these controversial topics. And for a long time, thinking, where the hell did these come from? Like, I mean, I'm not plugged in, but I kind of keep up, and I didn't hear over 2/3 of them. Then I figured it out. They're all Reddit bullshit conversation, or not Reddit, but Twitter conversation. Somebody got in a tiff in Twitter.
Twitter's where it's at, Rob. You need to get with it, bro.
Oh, I got my X account back. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay!
Until the Brazilians attack me again.
I reported it immediately.
Yeah. Well, I
account.
only post on there once in a while, so but yeah, but on Reddit, I don't have any. I post sometimes on the OSR one and the Shadow Dark one, and I've never really had any issues really on those ones. Once in a while, I guess I'll get some snarky comments, but I can't walk outside my door and not get that kind of stuff anyway.
No, but if you post it on RPG or D&D,
yeah, I stay away from that, the RPG, because that's
right.
If you know where the shit's at, why do you step in it?
Don't play in Tinkar's toilet, if you know what I'm saying.
Yay!
I posted there. I wanted to see what the reaction was, and I got the information I was looking for, and I didn't invest too much time responding.
Yeah,
there you go.
But I do sometimes figure out some things based, when a certain type of argument repeats, I understand what the other side, so to speak, are coming from. So it just helps me clarify what I'm thinking about.
Fair enough.
It occurs to me we could create a fake Rob Conley account on Twitter since he's not on Twitter.
I am on Twitter.
Rob AI account.
Bat in the Attic is on Twitter, but not real Rob Conley.
Oh,
yes, the real Rob Conley.
Verified.
Actually, the real Rob Conley is the one where I post most of the time. I keep forgetting that I made a Bat in the Attic Twitter handle, but I have 10 times the number of followers on.
There you go.
Plain old Rob Conley.
Plain old Rob Conley.
Plain old Rob Conley.
Conley at Twitter.
Yeah, it's like my Facebook account. I had a Facebook account since the beginning, and it's all fucked. My friends list is all fucked up. If I wasn't on Facebook, I would have a separate Bat in the Attic and a separate personal account. But that's not how my use of Facebook evolved. So now it's all jumbled up, and some of my old classmates and my family will see my Bat in the Attic post, but I don't care.
Rob, my Facebook is real friends, real family, and Facebook friends. It's all one account, 3.5 thousand. God knows. People go to me, this person's friending me. Do you know them? I don't know. Why?
Don't know 3,000 of them.
Yeah. Well, they're a friend of yours on Facebook. I go, and they wanted to friend me. They had friends in common, and they didn't look like a psycho when I looked at their profile.
Yeah, remember, Rob, with me, they wouldn't accept my name, but they would take Gothridge Manor. They said I wasn't a real person. So they banned my Tim Shorts account. And then I had to go to Gothridge Manor, and they were perfectly fine with that.
Well, that was early AI.
Right. That was pre-Rob AI before.
It was the early AI
before Rob AI.
We got better AI now. It's bigger and better.
That's how we keep our years now. BAI.
Yeah, they released ChatGPT 5 now.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't even know it had a number.
It can make errors in all new ways. It's innovating constantly.
Faster.
New ways of screwing things up.
It can make errors faster, which is more better for everybody.
That's right.
All right. I gotta ask one weird question today about Paul. Paul, I printed out your here, embiggen this for me. I want to show.
No.
Hold on.
Look at I like watching
make it
Rob
big.
squirm.
Oh boy!
All right,
Oh boy!
so this is Paul's new adventure. Go get it. It's actually very good, but I am going to give him a
Hold on.
little.
I fixed your mirror, so
Right.
now it's showing up.
So here we go. So tell me, why do you need 2 inches at the bottom, Paul?
Okay.
Oh, Greg's going to come after
Listen.
you, Paul.
Listen. Hey, by the way, hey, there's not 2 inches on mine. Hey,
What?
buddy. Hey, buddy.
I can't see you.
Prove it, Paul. Show the
Okay,
PDF.
let's see it.
Show the
Right here.
PDF.
Oh,
All right.
Oh no, you have a book.
I printed mine off of a basic thing. Why did mine come out like this then?
Don't know
Is
what to
your
tell
thing
you.
all the way to the
but-
bottom?
but not on
Okay.
mine, buddy.
All
Tim,
right.
turn to the same page that Tim was showing.
Okay. What's
Which
the
one
page?
you got?
What page?
I don't know. I just opened it up.
I think
Let's
you-
34, 35, right in the
All
middle.
right.
Tim, are you printing it as landscape and folding it, or are you printing it as a
Wait. There's pictures on
I'm
the
printing
bottom.
it as
of this.
booklet. Oh, now you want 31. Well,
Oh, sorry,
31, 30.
I backed up. Let's go the other
You
way.
cheating,
34.
Paul? Come on, let's compare.
That's 35. But this is not a contest. It's not a contest.
We're not going to whip
Hey,
it
you
out. and show
count,
it.
Flip
but,
it out.
Well, they can't see mine anyway, so yeah.
Right. So there, 35, 36.
No, mine doesn't go all the way.
22 inches.
Mine's 2 inches up there. So what I did, Greg, is
That's
because
what
I
she said.
have PDF and everything, I do it.
So
booklet.
Tim's coming out on the short end. I do want to point that out.
The weird thing is when I do your other ones, Paul, it worked fine.
I make it in the same things, Tim. There's
Yeah,
no
I
change
just
of-
thought it was weird because like all the other ones I printed out.
but I
I'm
do
like,
appreciate the free publicity.
Yeah, because like for this one, this one, it goes down to the bottom normally. Everything else I printed out on that is normal, but for
Sounds
whatever
like
reason,
user error is
So
what
you
this
are
sounds like.
complaining that
Easy enough to
didn't
print,
go
a
down
5-year-old
with you
can
the
do
right
it.
way.
Gotta take that line
No.
out.
Paul,
Take that line
being
out.
your decades in tech support, the acceptable error. I'm sorry, sir, but I couldn't replicate the problem that you're showing me. I will take a look at it, and if I find something, I'll get back to you.
So Tim's issue is that Flint didn't go down far enough on him on the
Oh,
latest
wait,
version.
whoa.
I just wanted to verify.
I can't. I can't.
Right here. You are dismissed from
Dude,
the table, sir.
you left him with 2 inches. All right.
You are dismissed
All
from
I'm
the
gonna
table.
say.
2 inches
That's
was
all I need
too
to
much,
say.
Paul. Too much.
I don't want to hear it. It's too much. I don't want to hear it.
Now, I do have some interesting observations from the storyteller vampire side of Facebook about the
Oh.
X card. So I joined a bunch of vampire groups on Facebook in order to do promotional work, right? Obviously. And I get these posts in my feed all the time. And I regularly see like I'm a player looking for a game, and they'll say like the game, like all caps, must have safety tools, or stuff like insisting like they will not play in the game unless there are safety tools, which I have not seen. I haven't seen in any D&D group. I haven't seen in any OSR group. I haven't seen it in any Traveler, BattleTech, any of the other stuff that I'm in. Group.
I have a feeling you might see that in the Daggerheart group. I don't know.
I'm not in the Daggerheart group, so that's
I'm not
my
either.
strategy. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Like, so apparently either there's a problem with, joining rando groups and you get really wild stuff, or the players are just fanatical about having things done their way. I don't know how to interpret the data.
Was that an admin that was saying that, by the way, Greg?
No, this is just regular people.
Regular
looking for
people.
group. LFG, :
Maybe it's the LARP on the side that they're afraid of. I've always heard stories about vampire masquerade conventions.
Oh,
and how it turns into like super LARP, and maybe they got
Turns into a furry convention.
Yeah. On that note, I don't think we can top a far. Even though I was joking about inches and going down on Tim. The furry convention, that might just top it.
Let's
You need
not
to
put
get back
that in
to
the
some of those
short there,
team
Eric.
games.
Oh, that's gonna be in a short. See the whole going down on Tim. That's good. Hey, I
Here we go. Here we
That'll
go.
be viral.
Here is my X card.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go. There we go.
Is
Is
Very
that
nice.
blood or lipstick?
I was going to say, it looks like
It can be anything you want. It's my drawing tablet.
Oh, well.
It can be anything
Oh.
you want. Well, that's part of why we have to have the X card, because you can't have it any way you want.
Ba-dum.
Golly.
Folks, we sadly we had no Joe tonight.
No.
But I'm sure.
Are you holding your keys in your hand, Eric, or what?
No, just a leather fob.
He's like ready to get out of here. He's like,
This
I can't wait
You know,
to
some
drive
of the
off.
guys
is
the,
my fidget
fans
spinner
of,
for this decade. Okay.
Oh, it's a vape stick?
Yeah, it's my super.
Well,
It was my super
now you can't go.
dongle. It's I don't know. It's what they give you. Like, here's a piece of leather when you buy your car. I was like, I don't want this in my pocket. It's bulky enough as it is, but I'll use it as a fidget when I'm on my computer. Until I drop it on the floor, then I don't have a fidget. We did not have Joe tonight. His family has Joe. We offer our sympathies to the family because he probably reached his limit. I don't know what you're doing, Greg. I don't want to know. I don't want to. I
I was
literally.
just fidgeting, man.
I don't want to know. I want to thank the rest. I want to call you guys a panel, but you're not. You're not a panel. You are the random miscreants, and I do appreciate.
More like drywall. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. It's drywall. It's plasterboard. It's something really less than optimal, but we like it this way. Folks, there's a live stream tomorrow night. Myself, Rachel, Gamers Health. I am doing a series of Dave Johnson. Oh my God, Dave Johnson. He of Star Frontiers, New Genesis fame. He has a video channel on Rumble. I am doing reaction videos. They are. If you want AI, by the way, if you want AI voices, writing, laughter, soundtracks, we got you covered. Only behind the paywall because, otherwise he'll hit me with like copyright strikes, I'm sure. Because it's Dave Johnson. He did it before for something he wasn't even mentioned in. It was amazing. Folks, as always, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. Greg scared the crap out of me with that change of his background. Oh my God. Thank you all. Oh, and thank you for the